Are you a bad person? In tonight's video, I'm going to be asking you 100 personal questions to help uncover if you are a bad or good person. The way that this works is sit back, relax. I mean, it's super easy for you. All you need to do is tell me yes or no and be honest. And if you say yes to more than 50 of these questions, then you are unfortunately a very bad person, or a bad person. If you answer yes to 75 or more, you're a very bad person. If you answer yes to less than 50, you are a good person. Now, all transparency, because that's what we're about on this channel. This is more for fun. And there's a takeaway at the end of the video, so make sure that you stay all the way through. If you want to hear my answers to these, and me to go more into depth about my answers with these questions, go over to Patreon. It's the best way to support this channel if you like these videos and you want them to keep coming. So, with that said, I'm gonna start. If you wouldn't mind hitting the likes button and subscribing, if you haven't, that'd be sick. I spent over a week working on these in 4 days, and then I took time away to come up with these questions, but I am really excited. Let's go. Is it okay if I write down your answers? I do it with everyone. Yeah, okay. What's your name again? Okay, so my first question is, have you ever thought about turtles and chosen a plastic straw anyways? Have you ever taken your friend's phone and sent a text to an estranged ex? Have you ever lied to a first grader? And a first grader is like a 6 or 7-year-old. Okay. Have you blown out someone else's candles on their birthday cake? Have you ever gossiped about someone only to find out that they could hear you the whole time? Have you ever made someone shart before? And if you don't know what that means, it means going to the bathroom before you make it. But have you? Okay. Have you ever accidentally poured flour food into a jar of water only to forget about it and have your roommate or someone whoever you're living with drink it? Have you ever left the front door of your home wide open for more than 1 hour? Have you ever stepped on the back of someone's heel, unlocking their foot from their shoe and sending them flying? Would you ever sell your soul for a nap? Have you ever taken the bigger slice of pizza instead of giving it to a friend who wants the biggest slice of pizza? If someone was asking you for a ride to a place you were already going, and they looked really tired and not scary at all, would you leave them behind just because you don't like social interactions? Have you ever ignored a dog wanting to be pet? Have you ever been hard on yourself for no reason, just because you were in a bad mood and you thought that your bad mood was because you were a bad person? Have you ever kept a rock from your garden in your house, removing it from its other rock friends? I love that one. Have you ever licked someone else's elbow without their consent? Have you ever squished an ant before? Have you ever laughed at someone who's crying, not because you wanted to be mean, but because you actually found it funny? Have you ever accidentally given a vegan meat before? Have you ever forced a meat eater to eat vegan? Have you ever tried to blow a kiss to someone only to fire a snot rocket at them, hitting them right in the eye? Do you not wash your hands after going to the bathroom? Have you ever called 911 for fun? Or if you're outside the US, the emergency line for fun? Have you ever been the leader of North Korea. Have you ever given someone an article of clothing to wear without washing it, and you know that they wanted it washed, but you gave it to them anyways? Have you ever called your credit card company to say something was fraud just because you forgot to cancel a membership and you were charged and it was a lot of money? Have you ever wanted to tell someone you had a crush on them, but didn't? Have you ever been seen at a Coldplay concert holding another person's partners in your hand and then falling to the ground acting like you weren't caught and then pretending on social media that you didn't do anything wrong? Have you done that before? Have you ever put on someone else's glasses and made fun of how blind they were? Have you ever roasted someone on purpose and pretended it was a joke? Have you ever dined and dashed before? Do you expect people to respect your boundaries when you don't communicate what your boundaries are? Do you only tell people yes? Have you thrown away clothing that isn't damaged before? Have you ever forgotten to pay your taxes? Have you ever taken someone else's dog on purpose without them knowing? Have you ever been the last person on a cruise to force the boat to wait for you? Have you ever given someone coronavirus? Have you ever secretly smelled someone's clothing when you shouldn't have? Have you ever flirted with someone you shouldn't have? Can I have their name? You can just think them. Okay. Got it. When you're swimming in a pool and you see a bee in the water struggling, do you ignore it? Have you ever retrieved coins from a coin fountain before? You know, like the fountains where people throw coins for good luck. Have you ever retrieved coins from there? Have you ever talked over someone when they were trying to tell you about their passions? Have you ever forgotten a child somewhere because you were in a rush? Have you ever made a child cry because you accidentally injured them? Have you ever booed a pilot on a plane ride? Have you ever seen someone have food in their teeth and not tell them? Have you ever picked flowers from outside, given it to someone, a very nice gesture, right? But then only to realize that the flowers you've given them had bees in it, and the bees stung the person you gave the flowers to. Has that happened to you before? Okay. Have you ever not cried to a Taylor Swift song? Have you ever argued with Elmo or a fictional cartoon that is solely meant for joy? Do you think because someone is nice to you, that means that they are weak? Have you ever eliminated an entire species from the earth? Have you ever spit / spat in someone's drink just for fun? Have you ever hit someone in the crotch, even if it was by accident? Have you started a cult and inducted people into it, not because you actually think you can help them, but because instead you want power? power. Have you lied to yourself and to me about the previous questions I asked you? Have you lied about your answers? Have you ever stopped yourself from following your dreams because of what other people might think? Have you ever told yourself you're a bad person? Have you guilted yourself for not knowing something in the past that you know now? Do you pretend to listen to people, but instead think about food and what you're going to be eating later? You're doing a good job, by the way. Do you judge dogs based on their owners? Do you think dolphins are cooler than sharks? If a stranger wanted to hold your hand, would you brush it off? Have you allowed politicians and those with power to control you and think for you? Are you not subscribed to Next Ramble ASMR? Hashtag this channel. Have you not visited Next Ramble's ASMR's Patreon? Were you not part of Nick at Night's podcast, the exclusive Patreon podcast where I talk about unfiltered topics that I can't share on YouTube? Are you a part of that? Are you selfish when it comes to sharing your deodorant? Say someone needed it, would you just keep it to yourself? Have you ever danced so hard that you hit people in the face with your limbs flying around? Do you wear dirty clothes just because you're too lazy to wash them? Have you ever accidentally given someone caffeinated coffee when they wanted decaf? Have you ever lied on your resume before? Have you ever moved out of an apartment/home without covering the holes on your walls with plaster? Do you ever stare at someone for smiling at you? Do you laugh at people failing videos? Videos where people fail. Tripping and stuff. Have you ever accidentally locked someone in a locker before? Have you ever convinced yourself not to go after something you really want because you told yourself it's not logical? Do you laugh at people who want to go to space? Have you ever been in possession of a friend's sweatshirt that they dyed and drew on with hand, only to ruin it by accidentally washing it in the washer machine? Like they gave you a handmade piece of clothing and you effed it up. Have you ever stolen a baseball from a child at a baseball game? Have you ever tickled someone who didn't want to be tickled, but you liked how they laughed, so you did it anyways? Have you ever traveled the world without caring how you impacted the places you visited? Have you ever given someone a free item from a shop or place that you were working at without permission from the owner of that place? Have you ever helped someone with directions when your friend was waiting for you at a restaurant that you were supposed to be going to? Have you ever thanked someone for disrupting the public by yelling or protesting? Disturbing the peace. Have you ever allowed a guest to sleep in a bed that had dirty sheets? Have you ever made someone go into an allergic reaction? Have you ever ignored a friend in need because you were trying to sleep and thought they were just being over the top / loud for no reason? Have you ever made a scenario all about you when it should have been about someone else? Have you ever yelled at someone, seen they were upset, and never apologized for making them feel bad? Have you still not forgiven yourself for the mistakes you made? Have you ever taken off someone's wedding ring just so you could wear it? Have you ever seen a blind person needing help and didn't go out of your way to help them? Have you ever stayed out in the rain when your mom wanted you to come inside so you wouldn't get wet and you ended up getting sick because of it? Hopefully you can hear the rain now. Have you ever hurt someone you loved before, even by accident? Have you ever blamed yourself for things that you weren't in control of, yet someone thought you were? Have you stepped on a cat's tail before? Have you ever gone to a hospital because you were pretending to be injured, but you really weren't? Do you like Brussels sprouts? And well done. Those were the 100 personal questions. How'd you do? I hope you realize that everyone is a bad person and also a good person. And I made this because being bad and good is very subjective, and you're allowed to be both, and it's okay if you are to some degree, to some person is to become a better person is to allow yourself to be everything. Allow yourself to do things freely and not be hard on yourself about it, because you're only human, right? You're only human. You're only human. I'm so happy you're here. If you're still here, make sure you leave an emoji of a penguin, and I'll give you extra love down below. I'm really happy you're here, and I hope this video brought you some fun, some relaxation, and for you to know that you are allowed to be a bad person, and you're still lovable and amazing because of it. So, I love you so much. Go check out Adrian. We also have a exclusive podcast I do, ASMR called Nick at Night, which I did quite a bit about. But I talk about unfiltered things. I used to be more unfiltered on here, but then family kind of came here and people I know in real life, which I love. But I created a podcast on Patreon to talk to you about everything I wish I could talk to you on YouTube. Love life, dating, politics, kind of like the world we're in. Very relaxing but honest, and I love to welcome you there. It's in the Midnight V category. And if you wanted to support these videos and me as a creator, donate there as well. Patreon's the best way to do it. We also, if videos aren't your thing, but you want to donate, Patreon's still the best. But if YouTube is your thing, we also have YouTube memberships. Click the join button. It's so fun. You get to grow your own bee, which is our mascot. It starts out as like a little face, and the longer you're with us, it grows into a queen bee. We have some queen bees in our hive. You get early access to all the videos I post on YouTube before they go live to public. You get priority commenting. I have in my comments, it's filtered. I've been very busy recently, but if you want me to always see your comments on these videos, I will always answer to you. And we also have the best thing we have a Discord. So whether you join Patreon or YouTube membership, our real home offline is our Discord. We talk there every day. Very wholesome community, very loving world, very different. The one thing we have in common with each other is that we root for each other. It's a place where we love each other regardless if we're different, because we're different. And we have respect for each other. And if you want a community, if you want a place to share your wins, your failures, you've been with people for 2 years now, we'd love to welcome you. So press the join button down below or join Patreon, and I hope to see you over there. If no one's told you, you are so loved. You are so important, so special. Thank you for all the good you do in the world, even if you are a bad person. I thank you, and our whole community thanks you, and I can't wait to see you around, friend. Don't be a stranger. I also have a second YouTube